Hi, my name is Carlos, and I'm the leader of the IT governance practice at Willway. I'll be hosting this presentation to introduce to you one of Willway's core services, the IT Service Catalog. Why a service catalog? Well, after addressing the IT internal issues with CMDB implementation and related operation processes like incident problem and in some cases change and release management, the natural next step and a very important one is the customer-facing part of the IT. Regarding compliance and following best practices guidelines, the catalog is unavoidable. It is recommended by the industry-leading best practices guidelines and standards like ITIL, COBIT, and ISO. As a potential customer, you want to be able to easily find what you are looking and have a quick and easy understanding of a product or service characteristics and price model. It's just the same way when you, as an individual, want to buy something. You look for a catalog. So, it's fair to expect from a subscriber that he will benchmark against competitors. This is the way that each one of us expect from a relationship between a customer and a provider. Nothing less. So, as a provider, you need to have innovative and competitive offers. Otherwise, the potential customer will look elsewhere. He will not compromise his personal objectives due to a lack of internal offer. You cannot manage what you cannot control. You cannot control what you cannot measure. And you cannot measure what you cannot define. These statements are from ITIL, but they can be found in different arrangements on other sources, but in the end, one cannot disagree with them. Our methodology follows these statements on a bottom-up approach, as you will see further on in this presentation. Well, let's imagine that we already have a documented and published service catalog. We entitled this slide as a dream because it's a scenario, despite the fact that it's only a presentation, that most IT managers and business users dream on. We'll start our dream with the most important, the users. Whenever they have a need, they access the internal service catalog portal and search for what they need. They can navigate through the services tree, but they can also run an advanced search tool. As soon as they find what they were looking for and are entitled to, they subscribe the service. For this to happen, services must be documented and published in the catalog. That's a responsibility of the service owner, a role that arises with the service catalog implementation. He needs to have a clear understanding of the user needs and expectations in order to correctly design and update his services. For this liaison between the IT and the end user, it's recommended to elect a relationship manager. The relationship manager must have strong business communication skills and translate the user wishes into IT requirements and the IT acronyms into business-oriented service characteristics. He is also a central figure for SLA definition, for customer satisfaction survey, and for new services demand. But the requests need to evolve from the requested status to in delivery. For this to happen, the IT service desk can be used, or, in a more sophisticated and cost-effective solution, the service catalog portal can transform each request into working orders and pass them automatically to operations. Operations will receive work orders and execute them. They are also responsible to update the service delivery status whenever a trigger event occurs. This will be valuable information for an SLA breach analysis. After completion of all related work orders, the service is delivered. We can help you make this dream come true. Our experience brought us to a 6-step process, starting with the needs and capabilities phase. Here, we interview the user representatives to evaluate their needs and expectations regarding IT services. Then, we work with the IT group to understand the feasibility of the requirements and the SLA compromise. This enables us to sketch the catalog by drawing the backbone of service categories, design the most common services, assign service owners, and so on. For each documented service, we are now able to document the operational procedures needed to deliver the service. We also use a very effective process documentation methodology that follows our principles of simplicity, agility, and effectiveness. All this information allow the next and very important step, which is the bring to life of the catalog, automation in portal. This will be the visible side of the catalog for the users. Like many other things, the catalog will be somehow useless if it's in a drawer. The portal will enable automation, and as a consequence, it can provide an increasement in productivity and reduce administrative costs. Willway has technological solutions for this step, with track record on the most demanding businesses throughout the world. You can have detailed information on this subject by visiting our website. As soon as the process is automated, metrics arise at the speed of catalog use. These measures will be of great value to help in the chargeback step. It's very important to have costs associated with services. It's a consumer control. Even if this principle is not common in your organization, we have ideas to gradually introduce this concept. Our approach follows the Plan, Do, Check, Act methodology, as also recommended by the best practices. As a wrap-up of this presentation, we can conclude that the implementation of a service catalog enables cost reduction through the documented process approach for service delivery, thus enabling analysis and improvement capabilities. By automating the entire process in a central and widely available tool, and via the use of cost models with drivers of urgency, complexity, and consumption level. It is also an initiative that increases end-user satisfaction. Through knowledge of available services, ease of request and historical analysis, and also by management of expectations due to service level compromises. This concludes our presentation. We hope it was useful for you. Thank you.